So let's start here. Why is picking the wrong class such a big deal? It's not just about the money. It can also really mess up your confidence. I remember I would be in certain acting classes where I just felt like I don't get it and I was just invisible in the room. It's super emotionally taxing. Here's the thing, every teacher has their philosophy. Some of those teachers think that it has to be their way, and if you're not doing their way, you're wrong. But if it doesn't match how you learn, then it's just not a match. However, it's easy to feel in that situation that you're the problem. Why don't you get the teachings that they're doing right now? But you're not. You just need a different environment than that. The right class, though, feels like your home. You feel seen and supported, but also challenged at the same time. But the difference in that kind of challenge is that you feel safe to fail. So let's map the terrain a little bit. So these are the acting classes that you'll come across most often when you're looking. Think of them as the tools in the toolkit. Scene study and cold reading classes. This, I would say, is like more of the all-encompassing class. You'll do things usually like breaking down scripts or figuring out objective work with scene partners and how to work together to craft this final product. Then we have improv, which I think is fantastic for beginners, honestly, to just get on their feet. There's a lot of focus on spontaneity and listening. I did have a love-hate relationship with improv when I did it, but it still taught me a ton. Then we have more of our method-based acting techniques, which are usually coming from a specific person and they name it after themselves. So that would be like a Meisner class or a Strasberg class or an Adler class. These are going to be more deep dives usually into like the psyche of a performer, and you're basically just learning someone else's hypothesis on how to get into a character or like access different parts of yourself. They can usually be super transformative for someone and enlightening or super overwhelming. It just kind of depends where you are. Then we got on-camera technique. I think that's pretty straightforward. You will learn the techniques to act on camera. Framing, eye lines, hitting your mark, all that stuff. And then we got a section that's more like voice and movement based. Those are your classes where you'll see like, oh, an Alexander class, physical acting class, Linklater class. There's a million different ones, but they all kind of revolve around the same theme as finding how to free yourself in your own body and voice in your work. And honestly, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, a lot of those are kind of what I still use to this day. I felt like they were the most foundational to everything I do. But now that you got the lay of the land, let's figure out where you fit in all of this. So if you are brand spanking new, first of all, welcome, congratulations, yay. This is such an exciting time. You're starting at ground zero, and your goal right now is pretty simple. Get comfortable, get curious, and start just building a foundation for yourself. Here's my top picks for you. Improv basics. It's great when you're first starting out. It teaches you usually more fundamentals of having fun, learning how to get outside of your head and into your body and just create something, not yet bringing in things like script analysis or other parts of a performance. I will say when you're doing improv though, do not think this is the end all be all of acting. A lot of it's going to be comedy based, which is still fruitful and useful, but you know, there are certain things that you also have to learn for drama. And not all comedy is the same. So really just view this as a time to focus on impulse work and just getting out of your head. I would also look into an intro to acting and basic scene study class. I mainly say to go to one of these classes because you should just learn the basics of the vocab of acting. I'll also link a video here which should help fill in some of the gaps for you, but this is going to dive into things that you'll just have actors and directors and casting directors using all the time. Beats, objectives, things like that. And I'm gonna throw it right in there. Start working on voice and movement class of some sort. Like seriously, do not skip this. I think this is the part that a lot of performers look at and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna be rolling around on the floor screaming my head off. That's not gonna do anything for me, but you'll be surprised. These kinds of classes take a lot of time for the elements in them to start to sink into your body and your knowledge, and you really start to see the difference in your performance. And that is the reason why I'm saying just start now, because honestly, you should keep going with them as you grow and learn. And most importantly for you, find a class that is empathetic and supportive. You want support right now. You feel like you're starting off and you don't know what you're doing. You don't want someone tearing you down. You want a community to support you and build you up. You should be leaving class every time going, oh, I can't wait to come back, or I can't wait to work on that. I'm gonna figure that out. And if anyone is promising you fame in like 6 weeks or by the end of their course, just run away or click out of the browser, because I know you're on one of those browsers. Okay, so now for my people that are more in the intermediate actor. You've done a few classes, you maybe even have gone to conservatory and you're out of college now. Or you just had some good bookings underneath you and you have that experience. Basically, you got the skills and you understand the basics and you're able to really communicate and work with it, but you're looking for, what's next? This is the stage where refinement needs to happen. And personalization. So you're not just learning how to act, but what works for you. So here's where to start looking. First, keep going with scene study classes. There's usually like a beginner, intermediate, advanced levels at a lot of these places, and you can just keep working on things. I view this as the constant lab, while the other things that you learn on the side come into that. It's like your experimenting zone. And now I think you should start diving into some methods, whichever one speaks to you. Chances are you've probably learned some of them, like probably Stanislavski and probably did some Meisner, but either find one that you really resonated with and you want to jump into more, or try a new one, because this is what I want you to remember. One method should not define you. I've had coachings where people have only studied Meisner and they'll come in and they'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, well, that's not the only part of a performance. The reason there's such a diverse range of these types of classes for performers are because they're all tools. If you're going to use only a hammer to build an entire house, well, good luck. So find a new method, a new tool to add to your toolbox. Next is on-camera training. So I think you should really add this in now, because now that you have the basics of acting and finding yourself and giving it to a character and all of that, we've done the freedom work. We need to hone in on the technique now. The reason I think this should be brought in now is because a lot of the work you've done prior to this point is usually going to inform this. If you just dive right into on-camera class, usually you come across stiff and doing absolutely nothing because you haven't learned to let things loose. Now that you've learned to go big, now we hone it in. And I'm gonna say it, continue on with your voice and movement journey. These are just side things that are really going to influence your body and your voice, which is your entire instrument. It's gonna keep showing up in subtle, but very useful ways. Now let me just say, this part of your journey, with growth comes failure and realizing that something doesn't work for you. That's progress too. If you do one of these methods or class or movement or voice classes, whatever, and it doesn't work for you, that's information. But let me say, there's a difference between something not working for you and clocking it and keeping on with your life and finding something else, and something challenging you. If something challenges you and probably causes you to grow, that's what we want. And honestly, this is kind of where my group coaching shines, is because I take from so many different areas of acting to put it all into one space. I blend these techniques to give to a student to see what responds to them personally, because not everyone thrives under the same approach. That is definitely something I've learned after studying these different methods all these years. All right, now let's talk to you pros. So you're auditioning, you're working sometime, possibly even a teacher yourself, but you already know this truth I'm about to say. Mastery is maintenance. At this stage, it's all about staying sharp, expanding your nuances in your performance, and really getting to the edges of your craft. So here's your best options. One of those like actor gym scene study things, I'm sure you've seen them places, but basically it's when you go in and it's just let's keep working on material and diving deeper into it when we can, just to keep your tools sharp. It'll keep you flexible, keep you inspired, and also allow you to still connect with peers. Then I would say start looking into some niche workshops here. So whether that's a specific accent workshop or like casting or audition intensive, you're finding that part of you, which is amazing, just like all the other actors in your category are amazing, and just giving you that extra 5% leverage. And lastly, make sure you are diving into the more intense movement and voice work still. Can you tell I'm a big advocate of it? It's all about the long game, and we have reached the more so end of the road of the long game. So reap the benefits. Constantly working on your foundational skills of movement, breath, all of that stuff just allows you to keep giving in your performances. It keeps everything fresh for you. Like example, Alexander technique for me didn't even click until my 3rd year into it. And now it's like my #1 go-to. There's a lot of growth to these techniques that happen under the surface, so now allow them to start coming up. And my last piece of advice for you is, if you are the best actor in the room, find a new room. That's probably the hardest part of this section because you've most likely grown with a lot of these people and a lot of them have taught you a lot of your intermediate or beginner work, but now is the time to fly, baby bird, fly. I want to circle back and give everyone some quick red flags. If you see these, save your money and walk away. Teachers who talk about their career more than helping you. Now don't get it twisted. If they're telling you stories or something to show you how something works, that's different. But if this is just a platform for them to be sitting up there bragging about themselves, find someplace new. Number 2, instructors that tell you to copy their delivery. Like, you're not a parrot. Just because they act something a certain way doesn't mean you do the exact same way. If you notice that they are just trying to get their students to act like them, that is not encouraging their students to have the tools to discover themselves. Because here's the thing, that teacher's not going to be on set with you when you book something. Number 3, environments that are abusive and humiliating and just disguise it as pushing you. You should never feel humiliated in this work. There is just no reason. When you have major breakthroughs and you're sobbing or whatever, and you're like, this is just such a great scene, exploring these parts of you should be cathartic. And it'll end up costing you more money because you'll need a lot of therapy. Next, we have programs that guarantee fame or overnight success or connecting you with these people. Just don't. Just don't. It's a lie. Just don't. Number 5, classes where they are just too big and you don't get to work in any capacity. If you're not walking away thinking that you were seen or your work was seen that day, or you at least walked away with something that you've discovered, goodbye. There are plenty other places that will give you more personalized approaches. And lastly, studios and programs that lock you into some sort of scammy thing where it's like, you have to stay with us and pay us all this money and there's no way out. Like, come on. No one is God in the acting world. Don't let these people scam you and just lock you into things that you don't actually need. If it sounds like a cult, it probably is. So here's the truth about finding the right acting class and going on this journey. All of these classes, you'll outgrow, you'll fall in love with another one, you'll need to go to another one, you hate one, and every single experience will just teach you something new about yourself. So be honest with your current needs and keep that curiosity alive. And remember, the goal is not to find one right method, it is to explore different methods so that you can find your method, piecemealed from all of these different places. So I'd love to hear in the comments down below, let me know your best acting experience and what that was like. Let's build a community that shares resources and their thoughts together. If you want to join one of my group classes online, I would love to have you. You can check out the link in the description down below to sign up. We explore multiple techniques and find what works for you. Because I've done the deep dive into most of these styles, my job is to help you shortcut the confusion and actually grow. If this video helped, please help my channel out by giving me a like or a hype point or whatever they're called these days. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you for more actor insight. Check out this video next. Are you two in your head? You need to get into your body. Your voice needs work. You need more emotional depth. I'll direct you exactly where to go. Don't miss it, and I'll see you next time. Mwah!